A zenének is a alapfeltétele az, hogy egy hang megéljen, ahhoz csend kell először. Tehát az olyan, mint a fehér vászon.
Actually, it starts much earlier. It starts in the morning, maybe.
And on this occasion, we've got predetermined inputs. I don't know what they are.
What kind of inputs?
We don't know what kind of input will come.
Ich bin gespannt. Ich kann mir jetzt noch gar nicht vorstellen, was das ist.
I don't know what the nature of the inputs is really going to be, but I think that's the game today.
It's a kind of expectation. Maybe I will ignore.
Ich finde es ganz spannend, das mal auszuprobieren. Ich glaube, ich brauche es nicht unbedingt.
It's a really nice idea to have an effect on you not coming from the music.
I'm totally open to it. Yeah.
It's a very fragile situation, so it can be anything, can be good or bad, and it can go in both directions.
To me, it's all input. So I'm going to respond to those as truthfully as I can. I think you have to come with an open mind and be interested in improvisation.
Ich war letztes Jahr auch hier als Zuhörer und da war ein Moment, den fand ich sehr beeindruckend. Es wurde in einem dunklen Raum begonnen zu spielen und in der Mitte des Sets habt ihr das Licht angemacht oder das Fenster geöffnet. Mal schauen, was heute passiert.
I realized that this is something more for the audience actually, but it's also good for the players because between the sets, which are very focused and you need to listen a lot, and it's a job. So to have this kind of visual impact is some other part of the brain, maybe, I don't know, but it shifts the focus away from the musicians for a short time. And somehow it refreshes the situation for them. So,
You know, it's like a conversation. If you meet someone you don't know, still you can speak.
Also ja, die 4 Faktoren finde ich. Also man selbst, die anderen Musiker, das Publikum und der Raum.
Coffee also matters, but the audience is maybe the biggest one. Yeah, if I have to choose.
Azt hiszem, hogy nem is elsősorban az a legfontosabb ebben, hogy én, mint zenész ebben a helyzetben mit is kapok az inputtól, hanem azt hiszem, hogy sokkal inkább az volt érdekes számomra, illetve az készített reakcióra, hogy ez milyen érdekes szövedékbe kerül a létrejövő zenével.
Within the first 5 seconds, you already somehow know everything that will happen for the next hour.
Actually, I never know what's happening next. it's like a catalyst. You know, it's another piece of information. And, you know, it might work and it might not work, but why not try?
Ilyen kis szimbolikus költői aktusokat hozzátesz az egész folyamathoz. És segít kiemelni az improvizált zene poézisét.
This starting point will make a kind of butterfly effect on everything that will come later. But usually I'm not too much into the thing. So I might as well, my reaction to it might be to dismiss it totally. But then again, if the others are answering it, so it will be decided in the instant.
Surprise. Yes, I think that's the idea. It's going to be a surprise. Yeah, let's see. It's really easy to get inspired by any other form of art. It really depends what's going to happen, but I can imagine a few things that would really affect the performance afterwards.
Hát elindul, és akkor az ember elkezd komponálni. Tehát elkezd komponálni a fejébe, a pillanatban, tehát ott a helyszínen.
Don't be too polite, yeah. It can kill the energy.
There's two ways. Either you make the first sound or you wait for somebody else to make the first sound and then decide. There's no third choice in improvisation.
I love poetry. Sometimes I hate poetry, but the idea of using some kind of poetic image or like a poetic metaphor to give some inspiration, it can really give you something very strong.
Nem lehet nem történté tenni valamit, ami megtörtént.
Unfolds, I have no clue how it goes actually. So the most important is of course just starting.
I would be happy to go hopping from improvised concert to concert, just seeing the first 5 seconds and then leaving.
Anything can trigger a reaction which can come as a musical reaction, as a sound reaction. It doesn't have to be for me a direct response to it. It could be an association or a sense that I get from whatever the input will be, which is not readable by others. But it would be for me, it would make sense for me.
I always think that's a game. I think about limits and the rules. And I always imagine the other people know the rules too. It's always very fun.
You really have to listen with all of your might. You have to listen, and at the same time you're reacting, at exactly the same time you're listening.
Once I was playing with Ornette Coleman, and right before we started playing, he said that there are invisible sounds in the room, and that we just have to pay attention to make them visible.